Morning guys. So I got the excavator fired up. It's warming up. I'm not going to worry about greasing it or fueling it because I only worked it for 2 hours the other day. So I'm going to go over just a little bit here what we got going on. So I got this cleared the day before yesterday and got it cleaned up, stumped. Now what I need to do is back up over in here. You see this big clearing right here. That's where we're gonna stack all this brush. And honestly, I'm not even cleaning up just my mess. I'm cleaning up the mess from the loggers when they were here. So this is kind of our border for the fire clearing. We really didn't talk about clearing any of this out here. So I gotta transfer all that stuff up into this big wide area. And this is the old skid road down through there. So I'm gonna get up around here with the excavator, start getting this here cleaned up. Matter of fact, I might just bring the frickin' pickup up here and park the pickup up here, because this is probably where I'm gonna be starting and finishing the next couple of days. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to get up here because, like I said, I need to stump this because they want to make this into pasture and be able to get up here and do stuff and then use it. But I can't really productively move through this with all the stumps that are in it. So I'm going to come up here and stump this entire thing out and see if I can't groom it up a little bit with the excavator. Like, he got this great big ridge right here where they just plowed through it with a dozer for some reason. And get the rocks stacked up, and then I can move through it very easily after that. And then he can groom it with his tractor when he's done, because he's wanting to turn from this over the hill there. He's wanting to turn it into pasture ground. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. And then I'm going to slowly work my way that way with the clearing. There's a pond right here, and I got to get down. I got to clear all the way around that pond. And I'm probably going to end up having to do is just make a couple of big burn piles. I'm going to have to make a pile here from all the stuff from the building and this site. Then I'm probably going to have to go out over that way and make another one in an area. For the last few days, it seemed like every hour I'd have to go down there and bail the builder out. I told him what he needed to do because they ran into big rock. A rock I couldn't even dig out with the 160. It was big stuff. I told him what he needed to do, and he needed to go get a backhoe from Western States with a breaker on it and come up here and break the rocks out, and then make sure he brought the bucket and he could clean the holes out and dig the holes. And it would have took him a day, and it would have cost him a lot less. But he went to Deer Mountain Equipment down the road here, and he got a 6,000 pound Kubota mini excavator and tried to dig all that crap out with it, and it took way longer than it needed to. It was actually kind of excruciating watching him do it. So, oh well, I'm just the dirt guy. I'm not the GC or anything. If I would have known they were going to have that much trouble, I would have just told the customer, let me dig the holes. Have him tell me where the holes need to be and let me dig the holes, because I'll save you some money. You know, that's the difference between somebody that does this stuff every day and somebody that does this stuff every now and then. Is some people think that the mini excavator and a Bobcat track steer are the end-all be-all. And folks, I'm going to tell you right now, they spent probably $1,000 on that mini for the entire time it was here, because it took way longer than they anticipated. And if they would have just said, hey, we need to get these rocks out of the way, I probably would have spent $500 or $600 and been able to have everything done in a day for less money. Because backhoes from western states are fairly cheap. It's just getting a hold of one, but I'm fairly certain I would have got one within a couple of days. It might have put the project behind a little bit, but it's already behind. Now it's behind a week. I probably would have put it behind a week, but look at what they would have had for that week. standing down here, it's kind of crazy to see just how much blow by that excavator's got. But this is kind of where I'm at. I've picked through this little area right here pretty well. I just wanted to take a second here and say something, because I have absolutely no problem with loggers, none whatsoever. I got lots of family that are loggers, and I think loggers will sometimes get a bad rap because people, private homeowners, don't understand. Loggers don't make money to clean up their mess, okay? Loggers do not make any money to clean up the slash or anything like that. And if you're hiring somebody to come in and log your property, you're hiring to come in, take the trees down, ship them off to the mill. Something that a lot of people can't do on their own. So if you want your area cleaned up to some level or degree afterwards, then you need to make sure that you can discuss that with the logger, and you need to understand that if that is going to happen, then guess what? You're going to have to pay a little bit more to be able to get that done. A lot of private homeowner logging contracts are on a, you know, percentage, like 60-40. 60 goes to the homeowner, 40 goes to the logger. If you want the logger to do real good cleanup, you know, stump to a certain degree, whatever, then you better be willing to fork out a little bit more of a percentage or dollars to the logger to be able to do that. Because as it stands right now, a lot of these loggers aren't making the money people think. And that's, I think, a big thing within the industry, is that people see that they send us a check for tens of thousands of dollars, and they automatically think we're putting that into our pocket. You know, just in this job, I've spent damn near $6,000 in time and material and fuel. I mean, fuel's the biggest one. You know, we put 40 gallons of fuel in this excavator at the end of every day. So, you know, if you want it to be clean afterwards, you need to let the logger know you want it to be clean afterwards. And that's not the case here. The case here is that these folks bought this property well after it had been logged. So they didn't have a choice in it. It's the folks that logged the property before them just kind of let the loggers do whatever. Now if you go over to this neighboring piece of property that's owned by a timber company, if you go over there and look at it, it's all clean, it's groomed, it's pretty well stumped. They burned up the slash piles. It looks beautiful. It's almost park-like. Difference is it's the timber company telling the loggers that they have to clean up. It out of nowhere got humid, guys. Like the sun came out, it is humid. Honestly, we're gonna need a dozer with a rake on it. Come up through here and take all the stumps of the rock out, and then make a few passes with the dozer and the rake. I'm gonna go and look at a D6D here in a couple of weeks. A buddy of mine on the coast has got it. Kind of hoping that we can swing a deal on it. I really need to get a dozer. I thought I could do a lot of this work with the excavator and the excavator alone, but a lot of these jobs, they need to have a dozer on it. I mean, this over here wouldn't have taken near as long If I would have had a big D6 to shove that dirt out. Might not have got the job because of how much it would have cost to have a dozer and an excavator on the site for a week, 2 weeks. I mean, over here, you're looking at about a $3,500 a day bill. Have a dozer and an excavator on the site. That kind of money. Out that way, I see at least one stump out there. And that little D5, it just wouldn't be able to do it. That thing's a grading finishing dozer. It's not a land clearing dozer. It'd do okay if it had a rake on it, just doing the cleanup. But for doing this land clearing stuff, it wouldn't have a chance in hell. Especially this bigger stuff. Good Lord, I'm sweating like a son of a gun. clip the thumb with the tracks as you go by. Now that level worth of crap. Okay, lunch is over. I'm gonna see if I can't get some kind of redneck camera mount fashioned up in this area, and put you guys on time lapse and get to it. Oh man, I drank that DP a little. Dr. Pepper, not Dirt Perfect. Drank that just a little too quick, I think. Okay, I'm gonna bale the rest of that pile. Luckily, that pile, if you've noticed, it's a lot of just big stumps, so there's not very much there. I'm gonna bale the rest of that pile up here, get it laying in the hole here, and then probably call it a day for this part of it. That's what sucks about getting here at 9:30, 10 o'clock. But tomorrow I got nothing going on in the morning, and I'm gonna get in here bright and early and transfer that pile down there up the hill, and then go across this plateau, clear it, and get another pile going with the stuff that came off the building site. hate for that to happen. Let's see here. We're going here. Yeah. Papoy. Ah, papoy. Papakina banana. Okay, so where we are at the end of the day, guys. I got everything from down there transferred up here. That where I wanted to be at the end of the day? No, but it took a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. It's the unfortunate part, but took the longest was cleaning up the minefield up here, all the stumps and stuff. And there were a few more of them that I originally anticipated, and I'm gonna have to do the same thing going out through there. So yeah, cleaning up the minefield took a little bit longer than I anticipated, but the bad part about it too is I had to swing all this stuff up the hill, and you know, once I actually got started on moving the brush didn't take more than about an hour and a half. It was just getting to the point of being able to move the brush. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is go down through there. I'm going to open myself up a little road, see if I can't get some of that there smashed up a little bit more. What I might wind up doing, I don't know what's going to be a good way of getting it out of there, because I want to leave these 3 trees alone. I don't want to take down any more trees in this area. I want to leave those 3 trees there alone. So I don't know if it'd be better to go down and around and bale it around this way, or go down in there and try and snake it out. This going down through here is going to be on a side hill, and that poor old girl's undercarriage don't like side hills, so I might end up having to just go around the long way, which there's not near as much brush down there as what it looks like. It's just a bunch of trees, so I could probably have it all transferred up here and not too terribly long. When you're doing land clearing, that's why it's important to have a dozer. If I had a dozer, I could get in behind that and I could shove that whole entire pile up in here. That's why I really want to get a D6 or a D8. So that is why. That is definitely why. Or just go like Jeff and get a bunch of D9s. D9 would do that in no time. Anyway, so that's that. I wish I could have done it, be doing it a little bit better, but you know, that's the that's the tool that I got in my arsenal at this point, so that's what I gotta make do with. So I know a lot of guys are probably saying, well, why don't you have a dozer? And it's, well, guys, the dozer is going to cost more money than what it's worth. That little D5, from experience, that little D5 wouldn't do anything. It's not a pushing dozer, it's a grading dozer. It's made for, you know, if I had a rake on it, I could come up through here and rake all this little stuff up, yeah, no problem. But coming to push a big pile like that, or a big pile like this, it ain't gonna do very good. It's just gonna sit there and laugh. You're probably gonna break something because of that 6-way blade. You have a straight fixed blade, a 4-way blade be the best. So I can get a D6 for fairly decent, and I can get a D8 for 46,000 right now. So in the next 6 months, I will have one or the other. Heck, if I'm lucky, I might have both. Up here on this job, I don't think I would have pulled in the 6. I would have pulled in the 8, just because of the distances that we're having to go. Also, like some of these stumps, I mean, this thing's fighting on some of them to get it out. Some of these stumps would be so much easier just to get underneath it with a corner of the blade with the 8 and just pop them right out like a zit. So that's the reason why I would want to get an 8, is because 8s are great clearing dozers. You get a corner of the blade down under a stump and just kick her into gear and she'll pop it right up and out. So alrighty, well, I'm going to shut the hoe down and get out of here. If you liked what you saw, give the video a big thumbs up, because it does help. If you've made it this far, watching the videos all the way to the end actually helps too. It appeases the YouTube algorithm. So if you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss out on anything, because we got some stuff coming that's gonna be pretty cool, give us a big old subscribe and hit the little bell up in the corner. That way you know when we upload a video. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for more fun and excitement.